Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Monday, March 17th. It is St. Patty's Day, and we're going to see how the heat map look. It looks a little reddish green, a little mixed there. Microsoft and Apple and Tesla look red. NVIDIA and Amazon look up. Google and Meta look a little flat right there. The rest of it looks a little flat as well. So we'll get into that and see what's going on. Let's get cruising and see what our Jolie's jumpers are up to. Let me get into them bad boys right over here, and let me take a look at them and see how we're doing. What's popping this morning, guys? I'm not even sure. I was just kind of looking at the market. Let me find these things. Holy cow, where'd they go? Where are the Jolie's jumpers? I know I posted them. Oh, why can't I find them? I usually have them right there. I see our laptop travel ones. What just happened? I know I posted them this morning. Hold on, let me find Asian Jolie. Let me hop on our page. Sorry about that. They usually come right up. Here they are right here. And BBAI, we looked at that last night. Let's see what it's doing tonight. Or this morning, tonight. Yeah, it's tonight, all right. BBAI, let's look at that and see what it's doing this morning. It is trying to move right there, 354 to 368. It's at 361, so not too bad right there for BBAI. That big bear right there we looked at last night. And BGI, let's see what that's doing. BGI, Burks Group. And that's that luxury goods one. This one looks like it's trying to move soon. Let me see. BGI. Let's see what it's doing there. Yeah, on that 20 curling up right there. I would take a look at that today. 119 up to 122. Its low is 112, so probably bounced around right there. And now it's sitting at that high. So BGI looks pretty good as well. How about BHAT? Aren't they reverse split? No, they are not reverse split, and something else was. They already did it, I believe, unless they are doing. Wait, was it today? I forget. It might be today. BHAT reverse splits, and we're just going to watch out for that. I'll confirm that today. But yeah, there you go, reverse split in there. So it did pull back on that news. So we'll keep an eye on that. CYN. Let's see what that's doing. I remember the reverse split back here, and this one's going to get set up relatively soon. You can see it trying to get cruising over here finally. So we will keep an eye on CYN. We had looked at that one before. DOMH, let's see what that's doing right here. DOMH, let me see. Pulling back right there. Let me see if it's bouncing up this morning. DOMH. Hitting that 50, we'll have to take a look at it. That was Friday's date. Doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot there today. And the lottery LTRY, let's see what that's doing right now. Good old LTRY, the lottery. On a St. Patrick's Day, let's see if it's lucky right here. Opened at 107 up to 110. It's down to 103. It looks like it's kind of pulling back, so no lottery today. And MLGO, let's see what this one. What the heck am I looking at? I'm looking at like February 10th, guys. I was going to say, these ones aren't even like that relevant. What is going on this morning? Where did the Joey's jumpers go? Holy cow. Hold on a second. I was going to say, that one, some of these don't even look relevant at the moment. And then when we got to that one, I knew. I have no idea why that just happened. I just went on her page and clicked on there. At the replies to, there they are, right? Okay, now I see them. Acon, that makes more sense. Now, these are way more relevant right here. All right, look. I have no idea. I'm telling you, I tweeted them out last night, and they're usually like the first things on my page. That's why I don't really send out a whole lot of stuff, so they're sitting there. But anyway, let's go and see what Acon's doing. Now, this one we were looking at last night for sure, and it was looking great. Acon, here we go. Now, this is a Jolie's jumper. Now we're on the right list. 92 to 122 at 93. That one jumped up. We were liking that last night. Keep an eye on that. It could still possibly move today. So a Clarion looking good. DGLY. Now these ones look much better. So we did a bunch of other ones early. And now we'll look at the real Jolie's jumpers. DGLY definitely getting set up here. It was trying to run up as well on Friday. Looks like it pulled back a little bit. 8 to 7. It's at 8. So watch for it to get over that 20 again. But it is looking good to set up. If it doesn't try to run up today, it will continue to set up. LAES, another one we were looking at last night. looking good right here. And this one's jumped up on the momentum, 339 to 372 at 349 right there. So there you go. And NAOV, we were not looking at that one last night, but it just reverse split there on Friday. And it looks like it is bouncing up here. Let's see if it does want to cross through. Oh, it's already rolled up there and trying to run around 362 up to 4, and it's down to 357 right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'm not so sure it will run up anymore, but it did run up there after the split for NAOV and NWTN. Let's see what this one's doing right here. And that looks like it had crossed right through. Look, it came down, tried it once, came up a second time, got up onto that 20 right there. I don't know if I would have known that was going to, oh, well, maybe on Friday. It was run up there in the after hours, it looks like. And again, look, FinViz just, oh, yeah, I guess it was up there. What was the high? 55, let me see. Yeah, it got up to like $1.01. I could tell it was a little higher than that. Yeah, because it broke right through all that. See, that's the problem with this right here with FinViz, and I say it all the time, but you look at these things fast. This thing had already blasted through it on Monday in the after hours, and if you don't show it, how the heck am I supposed to know that even happened? So now we're sitting on the 20, looking pretty good, and you have a little run-up today. I would say just watch for a little healthy pullback as it tries to get set up. So not too bad right there. But now you see why it's very important that you have accurate live charting, and FinViz is just way behind like caveman times, guys. So it is the FinViz Elite. I pay for it, and they're supposed to have accurate pre-market times and pricing, and it doesn't. So there you go with that bad boy, QBTS, and I'm going to send that over to them this morning. Here, just watch my live show and see how off you guys are. It's not even close. Here we go, QBTS. We were looking at these ones last night, all of them, and that one was looking good. It is up there this morning, running up 1039 to 1106, and it's at 1097 right now. So that is cruising along. QBTS and some of the quantum ones not looking too bad, like QNTM. That one's also running up a little bit this morning. So we were looking at these guys last night, and we'll have to see if they can run. Remember, I was saying watch them get crossed up there and then hit the MACDs and pull back. So that's what that one's doing. What was QBTS trying to do here? QBTS. That one's running up, but it's in the top. That one could continue to run up, but you'll obviously see it pull back out of that top. And QSI, another one. This one's running up there. QSI, let's see what that's doing right here. Let me see. QSI just ran up Friday. It's in that channel right there, so we'll have to see. And another one, it must have run up in the after hours. What did it say its high was right there? 137. It got through that. I can see that. 180. So another one. You can't tell. Now that's in that channel, it makes a lot more sense than it just gapping up like this. I mean, you look at that, and that's why I'm like, what? And now it makes a lot more sense. So, yeah, it's in that channel. It can stay in there right now. And, yeah, I'm telling you, FinViz is, like, just terrible anymore. QUVT, here we go. That one's up $1.26, and we were looking at this one last night as well, QUBT. And this one was cruising up, and now we're going to get up to that 50 area and then have a little bit of pullback right there. So that one's not looking too bad. Did jump up. Again, we looked at all these last night. SBET, SharpLink Gaming. Let's see. That one's right there on the bottom. Looks like it could pull back a little bit. I'll have to look at this today. Let's see. Could be a totally different chart right here in the morning. Pulling back. Yeah, watch it pull back to roll right off that MACD. So we'll keep an eye on this because it is on that support line, that trend line down there. So SNOA, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals is running up here. We were looking at this the other week, but it was before this first run up right here. We were looking at it down here. And it did run back up, it looks like. So it pulled back and ran back up this morning, 377 to 410. It's at 402. And it does look like it has some momentum there, but watch out. It's a 421 area. will probably stop you right there, and that's SNOA. And SPGC, we were looking at Saks Parente Golf. It's now called Newton Golf. And let's see, they have a split coming up today, so we'll see what that's up to. And that is SPGC. So not only did they change the name, now they're going to what is it? SPGC. It's not even coming up on mine now. Oh, it's because it's going to come up as Newton. NWTG. I guess they changed the stock ticker too. There you go. It says Saks Parente Golf. It's now called Newton, and yeah, it does. I think reverse split today, possibly. I'll have to look. It says it does, so we'll take a look at that and let it get set up there. And there you go with that NWTG or SPGC, Saks Parente Golf / Newton Golf. And there you go with your real Joe Lee's jumpers. Thank you, Asian Joe Lee. And tomorrow I'll make sure. I usually have the page up, and I had it up, and I don't even know what happened this morning. That was bizarre, I'm not gonna lie. But let me try to find the laptop lowdowns now, because they were just there, and let me see if they're still there. Yeah, they're here. All right, so let me see. There they are. I see them now. I had to scroll down. It tells me like who to follow and all this nonsense in between, and that's where they are. Now I see the Joe Lee's jumpers. I was gonna say, what was going on? They're usually right at the top of the page right there for me, so I just jump right onto them, and they weren't, so I was kind of didn't know what was happening there. Anyway, let's keep a look and see what's going on with our laptop lowdowns real quick, and then we'll see what you guys want to look at and what the market's doing. That APDN looks like that one's splitting up today, or it did Friday, so let me see what it's doing today. APDN, let's see. That one is just reverse split, trying to move $2 to 217. That's where it's at. Not looking bad after the reverse split, so you might want to keep an eye on that one. And that is APDN right there, so we'll have to look at that bad boy. APDN, it did reverse split. AREB, American Rebel Holdings. Let's see this one. This one's curling up really good, guys. That could be a good base. Maybe it has to wait for it to get down here. Let me see what it's doing in the pre-market here. Yeah, it's just trying to set up a base, and we'll see if it can get through. If it can't, then that means this trend line is going to come down for it, and that's what we're waiting on. So we will keep an eye on that, and that's why you can't jump into these super early like we were talking about last night and before, because you will get beat up on these. BLNE, Beeline Holdings, it looked like it split last week, and then the 14th it pulled way back on Friday. So let's take a look at BLNE and see what it's doing. If I could type it in right there. Yeah, big old dip on Friday, 516. It did run a little bit and then came down to 342, and that's where it's sitting, not doing anything just yet. So that is BLNE and DWTX right here. Dogwood Therapeutics. I remember we were looking at it down here, and it ran up, pulled back right there, coming back to your MACD, probably to get a roll off right there. We know they like it. See right there in a 20 in that channel, so that's what you're probably going to see right there for DWTX and EONR. Let's see that one. EON Resources trying to move up there. We'll see if it tries to get through. I doubt it'll get through that 20 or to cross through right there, but it is looking good this morning, so you might as well take advantage of it and see if it can run up anymore. 37 to 49. It's at 45 right now. See if it can get up there, but we'll take a look at it and see if it can push through. And like I said last night, I'm not so sure they're ready yet. FGBI, that first guarantee, we were looking at this last week, and it's way down here. FGBI. And that one's making the curl, so you might have a day or two of jumping up a little bit as they stair step down. Look, you got it right here. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, down. That's what you look at. So that's what we're going to look at right there. Good old hit. We were looking at this the last few days to get moving. I think it ran up a little bit this morning. 82 to 90. It's at 83, so not bad right there. And we've been looking at that after that big old dip on the other day. I forget what day it was. On the 12th right there. So that did take a big hit. And we started to look at that one. We love them when they're down there there like that. KBSX, this one's way down in the bottom, and that's why we do our laptop lowdown list, because these are great ones that's set up to get moving, and this is where you want to look at them. So here we are. That's why we look at them. KBSX just getting set up right there. KSCP, this one's starting to curl up and make that move. Again, we have to see if it can get through, but we do know as Nightscope gets curled up here, it will have a little bounce up. So it did Friday. See what it can do today. If it can continue that momentum, doesn't look like it's doing much for me just yet. And yeah, that is Friday's date on both of them. So I'll have to look at that. And Logic Mark over here, this one's been in the basement. Maybe this will be the next one that stays in the basement for a while. I think it's waiting for that 20 to come down now, is what it looks like at the moment. And yeah, what is it at? 21 cents. It's at 17. So it's not far. It just is waiting for it, and they are moving a little slower. So we'll take a look at that and see when it wants to do it. We've been looking at it. And NEUE, there we go. This one right here took a huge dip. Look at that nice one. And it has earnings coming up in a few days there. And let's see, that would be Thursday. NEUE. These letters are killing me. NEUE. There we go. And that one is a huge dip on Friday. 670 did run up a hair, and it came down to 451. That's at 509 right there. So I would say that's a really nice dip. That's for sure. And that's NEUE. And let's keep on cruising and see what's going to be popping here. ONCO right now. Let's see. That one's down here getting set up. That one could be trying to get set up here. Just crossed through coming down. And we know some of these can actually go back up. So these are the only ones that can. So I'll keep an eye on that and see if it wants to right there. And that's ONCO, Onconix. And let's look at Red Hill, RDHL, Red Hill Biopharma. We've been watching this one. And yeah, this one's getting that little look, that setup look, like it wants to curl up. Again, not sure it will go through, but as they curl up there, they get running. See, right there, it was trying to run, then it runs the next morning, then it pulls back, and then it tries to curl up. So we'll see if it's getting curled up here. And it is getting close. I think they are trying to get bottomed out. They're just not ready yet. RSLS, Reshape Life Sciences, that's curling up out of the bottom. Is it running this morning? It could be right there. RSLS, it is run up a little bit right there, 69 to 70. It's at 67. It closed at 62 on Friday, so that one is running up a little bit there. SGMA, let's look at Sigmatron, and this one's going to be bottoming out down here. It's tried to make that quick move up there a couple times, so let me keep an eye on it, unless this is just another level down right here. So I'll look at this, and again, you'll probably have that little bounce up as it tries to curl up there a day or so, but I'll keep an eye on SGMA, make sure we know what it wants to do. And STBX, that Starbucks group, what is that up to right here? STBX, let's see. Still getting set up right here. I think it has a little bit of time, and that's what it looked like here. That's why I was checking it out. But yeah, I think that 20 will have to come down. It is trying to roll up. You might get a little pop off there for STBX right there as it's trying to set up. Check it out this morning and see if it tries to get moving. So it looks like it's opening at that 27-cent area, and it closed at 26. So it could be up a penny. We'll see if it's trying to curl up. It's hard to tell right there. And let's see what TWNP is doing here. Twin Hospitality. And that one's just down there hanging out. TWNP. Let me see. And yeah, it's not looking bad as it's trying to set up here. And this one's a fairly new one, so not a whole lot of data. But you have your 20 there, so it looks like it's trying to get out of that basement. It started out in the basement. I'll take a look at it. TWNP, and we'll see what it's up to. And there you go at your laptop lowdown list. Thank you, Laptop Travel. And there we are with them guys. Let me see what else is going on, what you guys want to look at. Hold on real quick. Let me see. PHAT. Let's see what that's up to because I know we were looking at it recently. PHAT. It was Phantom something. PHAT. Phantom Pharmaceuticals. And let's look at that bad boy. It was dipping down here. And I know it was running up. We had looked at it. It did pull back. Let's see what it wants to do. If it wants to get set up again. PHAT. That was a nice one right there. And let's see. Just kind of trying to get set up. It did crawl down, coming down right there, and it did try to make that loop up. I'm not so sure. This one could be pulling back, but what happened? Phantom Pharmaceuticals is making waves with its innovative treatments for gastro diseases. Their star product something as an acid blocker, so we'll have to keep an eye on it and see if it really wants to get moving right there. And STI, let's take a look at that one real quick. Here we are, STI. I know we looked at this last week. It is curling up right there. I'm not sure if it's moving just yet. Let me see. Stocks whiz. And yeah, it is a nice curl up right there, but we know that look. So look for it to try to run up maybe, but it's probably not crossing through 15 to 16 down to 14. So there you go. It was already trying to run up. And again, maybe it tries to run up a little bit, but I'm not so sure it gets through that MACD. We know that look. And they do fake you out. I'm not going to lie. So we'll look at them. That's why you have to really be careful and you got to play them just the right way right now because that pattern's still sticking and we're sticking to it. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. What else do you guys want to see right here? Luis Rodriguez had a few up on the YouTube page. And how is everybody this morning? VST, that one. VST, Vistra Corp. Up 17 cents, and this one's actually trying to curl through. I'm not sure it's hitting it going flat. I was thinking VSTA, that's and I just tried to type it in. But VST at 124, it is trying to poke its head through. I'm not so sure it will, but it is running up a little bit this morning, and if it can get moving, it'll get up to that 129. We'll have to take a look at it. It is trying to push through right there, Luis Rodriguez, so I'm going to keep an eye on it just to see what it wants to do. And that one was the one I was thinking of, VSTA, and Vasta Platform right there. And no, that's not even the one. I was thinking of something else. Did it change its name? VST... that's what I was thinking of. Veristem. That was the one I was thinking of. VSTM right here, a biotech company. We usually do them. And this one looks like it might be crawling down the set back up. Might be one to keep an eye on again, VSTM. So that's what I was thinking of when I saw VSTAFRM right there, Affirm Holdings. And this one's just kind of curling right there. And another one, I'm not so sure. It could get moving could bounce up, obviously, on that curl, but we don't think it's not going to get really popping up yet, I don't think. So we'll have to look at that and see if it's going to try to do anything right there. Let's look at CRDO real quick and see what that's doing right here. Credo, now this one looks like it's trying to move up. Another one hitting that line. They're trying, but I'm not so sure it can get through right there. So it's trying to push through a little bit flat. It's where it's at, where they can pull themselves back down and not get moving yet. So obviously we'll be taking a look at all these. I'll look at this list for sure. And Zillow, let's see what Zillow's up to right here. And that one is just kind of hanging out, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's just hanging out. I mean, it's trying to move. We'll look and see if it can get a little run up today, but I'm not so sure it's ready to get rolling just yet. And how about JP Morgan? Let's look at that one. Let's see what JP Morgan, that's making a nice flat curl right there. And again, they're just trying to stair step up or stair step down, one or the other. So you can see these have been going down, and you get that curl up. It does move up a little bit, and then it bounces back down. So we'll keep a look at them, and I'll keep you posted today, that's for sure. We just have to see how things completely open. Let me look at the SPY and all them. MS, Morgan Stanley. And this one, all these bank ones, capital markets, it's right there trying to crawl up. They are getting set up. I would say that they're getting to be around that bottom area. It's just a matter, we don't want to get in them too early if they're still pulling back, but we do want to get in them if they're getting set up, obviously, if they want to run. And they do. They look like they're bottoming out, but they look like it up here, and then they can look at like it right there and come down with your 20 coming down. So you have to be patient for sure, but they all have that same look, that's for sure. JP Morgan, MS, and Citibank. What was MS? That's Morgan Stanley. I couldn't think of the name. And so there you go. With them and IONQ we looked at last night, that's up over $1, hitting that 20 right there. So again, we looked at all these semiconductor and computer hardware ones, and then most of them were looking pretty good right there. And we'll look at that. And NEUE. Olga's long on that. They signed a definitive agreement to be taken private at 7:33. It's at 5:08. So it did take a huge dip this morning. We might have to look at that one. We will actually, because I always look at these, and we look at them for that bounce as well. So I'm not sure that one will have that bounce after the weekend. It dipped down pretty good. It doesn't look like it's moving just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that one. So, yeah, that one's definitely down there. What happened? That doesn't even have any news, so I'm not even sure. Let's see what the market's doing. Microsoft is down. NVIDIA is up. Amazon looks up. Google and Meta are flat. Tesla down. Apple's down. Market's down. We thought it would probably be down. We thought maybe it would be up in the pre-market, but nothing too crazy. The Fed to lay down a marker on Trump tariffs, and U.S. retail under scrutiny. U.S. stock futures slip as basement downplays sell-off. Someone else. Oh, Besant. I was like, someone used the word basement. Besant. I was like, what? Guys, my reading's terrible, I'm telling you. This sector may be the accidental beneficiary of a U.S. growth scare, says J.P. Morgan, and the Dow futures fall after Besant comments. I don't even know what he said. Not sure what he said there. And let's see. We got a couple more, and then we'll go through them big cappers right here. That Acon is moving up right there. BTOG is trying to flatten out right there. We'll have to look at this thing. It probably will try to get set up back off the MACD since it is over, and it'll roll back off. So we'll keep an eye on that. Bit Origin as well, and PHAT, we looked at that one, and JNVR is Janover, and we recently looked at this down here, and it was trying to curl through. I don't remember exactly, but I just know it was down here, and it was the other day for sure. GNVR, and let's see, that one's in that channel 460 to 5 right there. That was Friday's date. So yeah, keep an eye on this to try to bounce into that channel. And that is JNVR right there. And let's see, ADTX. Let's see what that's doing. And we'll go through and see what our Mag 7 are up to. Here we go. Enough time for them to set up there. And that one's way down, ADTX. Is that today or was that Friday it pulled back, right? ADTX. Yeah, Friday. It pulled back there Friday. And do they have a reverse split coming up? Oh, yeah, they have a reverse split coming up. Someone mentioned that last night. So we're just waiting on that reverse split right there. And let's take a look and see what our SPY's up to. It's down 68 cents. And let's see, it's just trying to make that curl going flat. Interesting look for sure, and we'll see if it just tried to stair step and come back down. It's not really showing us a whole lot with that whole flat look right there, but it could go either way, clearly. I mean, that's the way it does move, and we'll have to see what it's up to right here. That is your SPY, and yeah, it's curling up, and again, we know that they like to run up, hit that MACD area, and come right down. They do look like they're trying to bottom out, though, so we're keeping an eye on it today. I'll keep you guys posted, you know that's for sure. And let's go ahead and look at our Mag 7 and our big cappers real quick right here. And Apple, let's see what that's doing this morning. That's down 54 cents, and it looks like it's trying to pull back a little bit there. So I don't know if Apple's really ready to get moving. It does look like it's trying to pull back. Amazon, we said, was trying to get set up. And let's see what it's doing. It's up 80 cents right there, hitting that line. It's a good one to watch. I don't know if it's going to get through, guys, but it is hitting right there. So I will keep an eye on Amazon. It is up a little bit this morning, up like I don't know, 70 something cents. It looks like 197.33 to 198, maybe a dollar, wherever. But it's just moving a little bit right there. Good old Amazon. And Google is the other one we were keeping an eye on. And another one, look, it's hitting this line. I'm not exactly sure. It's still underneath that trend line. And we're keeping an eye to make sure that we know that the market really wants to move. We're not so confident it does. And here you are. They're just kind of cruising around today, hitting that MACD, and they do fall back down if they don't cross through. And we expect it to not really get cruising just at the moment yet. And Meta's up 62 cents, still under that trend line, and could easily fall down further. So, like we were talking about last night, you could still see a pretty red week coming up. And some more pullback, and it's not the end of the world. Microsoft, will just play it accordingly. That's coming down 386. It was run up there on Friday, I know that, and it's hitting that MACD line. And again, just not so sure they want to cross through. Look at them. They hit there and come back down. So you could see a nice little pullback on Microsoft as well. And let's see what NVIDIA is up to right here. That's up $1.74. Still trying to run up. Curled up right there onto the 20. NVIDIA not looking too bad right now, huh? Yeah, I didn't even think it would get up right there, but it did. It has some momentum, I would say. 121 to 123, that's where it's at. 123.42, it has momentum, so maybe it'll try to keep running up to that 129 and stay in that channel. So keep an eye on the video. That's actually looking pretty strong this morning. And Tesla was down $2, and let's see, it's hitting that line and could easily bounce back down and go down some more, so we'll keep an eye on Tesla and see what that's doing right there. And let's see what else is going on with our big cappers and some of the others. AMC's up a penny, and it's just crawling up there. GameStop, same situation. Not so sure it'll get through. And Chewy is looking the same way. Unity is just kind of pulling back right there. Not really ready just at the moment, I don't think. Yeah, definitely not right yet. So that's Unity. And let's see what the Netflix is up to. This one was an interesting one. It's up $10, and it was curling up. Remember, we were saying it might pop up on that curl up, but I'm not so sure it's going to get through. So if it curls up, I think you could have a nice one to short down right here. So keep an eye on Netflix to try to pull back after it runs up a little bit. Let's look at our semiconductors. AVGO, that one crossed through right there. Not looking too bad. Let's see. It has its 20 coming down on it right here. At 202, it's at 196, and it's in that spot where it could easily pull itself right back down. So we see that happen quite often, especially after the pre-market run-ups. MU did run up the other day. They have their earnings coming up. I could see it pulling back now on that earning, like coming up there, because it did run up quite well. Has that resistance up here. So we'll have to keep an eye on MU and see if it actually does want to get moving or pulls back. TSM, this one curling up there, hitting the line, and actually got over the support line. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on this and see if it wants to go through. I was actually surprised. I saw it on my watch list this morning. I didn't think it was even going to pop up that much, but it did on that curl up, and again, hitting the MACD, could easily pull back, and so we'll have to keep an eye on it right there. And that is TSM. And let's take a look at SMCI. This is up 26 cents, and the American ones have been setting up and been running up there. And let's see, I think it's still just trying to curl up, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's staying in that channel. So I think we do have some time to get in this channel and get set up. Look at this, just curling up, unless it can curl right through, but it doesn't look like it's having that momentum right now. Obviously, we'll look at them today. AMD was looking good last night. It's up $1.35 right there, and it's curled up, not looking too bad, hitting the 20. So I would say AMD not looking too bad. Just watch out as it gets up to that 103 area, and it has that resistance for AMD. And let's take a look at QCOM, QCOM, pulling back a little bit, and again hitting that MACD and coming down. We have to stick with our pattern, so that's what we're staying with, that's for sure. And that's QCOM right there. Intel, let's look at INTC. That one had been running up. It's up again today. Another US semiconductor company curled through, looking pretty good. So Intel not looking bad. SMCI looks like it's going to stay in that channel. AMD not looking too bad as well, jumped up this morning. So the American semiconductor one's not looking too bad right there. And let's see what else is here. What is it? Snow. That's the one I was looking for. That's up 20 cents. I don't think that's going through, so that could be pulling back right there. So we could see Snow coming down. And how about Dell? That hasn't really been running up. That's another U.S. company, but hasn't been good. But it is setting up, guys. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Probably bounce back down right there, and then to get set back up. And how about PLTR up $1.83? And I don't think that's getting curled through either. So I do think we're going to see some pullback here. Sophie's not ready yet. You can see that right there. And let's look at Mara and Riot. Mara's down 4 cents, just flat right there. It does want to get set up, but it's not ready just at the moment. So it is setting up, though, I can tell you that. And so is Riot, and it's just not ready at the moment. Probably won't get through right there. CLSK, Clean Spark, down 6 cents. And how about MicroStrategy? That one, Strategy's down 341, just a little bit flat right there. Our Bitcoin's at 83,541, and I'll show you guys since you are on. Here you go. Here's my stock cube, everybody. You can check it out. So there's our Bitcoin, 83,541, Sol's at 129.16, and Ethereum's at 1,913, and then I look over there, Chainlink's at 1382, and HBar's at 19, and then come back, and Ripple's at 233, and that's what I look at. Oh, I just unplug it's back on. I hit the thing. But yeah, there you go. And Cardano's at 72 cents. So there you go. That is the stock cube. It's awesome, guys. I'm telling you, I love that bad boy. And I sit here and look at it. I know my wife looks at the prices too. She always knows what the crypto prices are. She's like, Bitcoin's down at 80,000. I'm like, yeah, I do know that. But obviously it's not there now. But yeah, she'll tell me when the Bitcoin prices are down. It's funny. And so there you go with that. I'll look on my phone real quick. I just look on here. I actually am going to pull up this app so I have it so that you guys can just see when I do it. It's a lot easier. I just do it on here all the time. But it is at 83,622 for Bitcoin. I'll just check it out, see what it looks like at the moment real quick. And yeah, I don't know. It's hitting that, what is it? That's like the 200 over there. Yeah, that's your 200. Your 50's coming down, and it is crossed through, but I'm not so sure. I know there's some huge short positions on these things. So Solana's at 129, it said. And that is super accurate. Like I said, the thing's completely accurate. And it does look like it wants to get cruising Solana, but we'll have to see. And they do give you that mixed look, like nonstop. Ethereum's at 1,913 right there. And that one is trying to give you that look like it's curling through. But we'll have to see. I'll look at them today. I don't think they're just ready yet. And Cardano's at 72 cents. Let me take a look. That one's getting more set up as well. Let's look at Ripple at 234 right here. And let's see. And yeah, I mean, that 50's coming down on it. So they are curled up, but we've seen it before where they curl up like that, and then they come back down. So we'll have to look at that bounce. Crypto has been strong the past few days, and then you might see it come down right now. So like I said, I know there's some big old short positions. So I'm not sure if people are trying to mess with them or what's going on with that. But there you go with all that good stuff. And there's our big caps and our Mag 7, our crypto, and our laptop lowdowns, and our Jolie's jumpers right there. And then we got to the right list because I started off doing some lists from like February. Not sure what I was looking at. But anyway, Market's a little bit red right there. Nvidia and Amazon are up. Nvidia not looking too bad. SPY right here is down 77 cents. And again, I don't know if it's really ready. You could be just stair-stepping down, guys. So we could see some red coming up here. And there you go with a good pre-market review. Let me just take a quick look at a couple of these guys. ASMC, there's a few of them. What did I write there? ASMC. Why is there? I know it's something like that. AMSC. What is that? There you go. That was probably it. ASMC. Yeah, this one was curling up right here, and that was still Friday's date, so that's not doing anything. I didn't even write it down right. That's hilarious. American Superconductor. Is that what we were looking at last night? I don't even remember. TMDX. And we wrote that one down, just sitting right there. Let me take a look at it and see. It is getting to be in a good spot right there and curling up. We were looking at it just to see if it would have that little run up. So see if it can get into that channel. And I'm not so sure right there for TMDX. How about Gift? This one was sitting on that 20 trying to curl up. Had that interesting look. Some of these won't be moving on a Monday morning. Let's see. That's Friday's date. So we'll have to look at that one. And RCAT, is that moving this morning up a little bit right there? And that's not looking too bad. And TM was Toyota, down 95 cents. They're not looking too bad there, but it had already run up. Watch it try to get set back up and roll off. And I know they bought somebody out. And this Knowles Corp, let's look at this bad boy. I know we saw this last night. And KN, let's see if it's moving. It might not be doing anything. Oh, wow, look at that dip right there. Well, that's a nice dip and rip look for Knowles. Look at that. That was setting up right there and took a sweet dip. I'm going to keep an eye on this KN. It was up on that scanner last night, and it was looking pretty good. That's a nice dip, though, so I like that. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. And there you go. I would say that's a pretty good pre-market review right there, and thank you, everybody that tuned in. Greatly appreciate it. And again, I don't really know everybody that tunes in now. That's the one downside of doing the live streams. I can't really tell who's exactly tuning in, but I greatly appreciate everybody. Watch the March 21 calls for PLTR. They were up 80% on Friday. And yeah, that's what like I said, I don't know. I think people might get hit on this one. Who knows? It is up. Is it up this morning? Let's see. PLTR. Maybe it's going to try to get squeezed up here. We'll look at it and see if it can get through that and this thing can get moving, but I'm not so confident about it. It looks good this morning, but we definitely have to get back up over this $90 area, and we're at 88.77. We'll keep an eye on it, PLTR. I don't have anything in it, so I'll definitely watch it and see. And it's definitely interesting, too, because it's coming up pretty good right there. You could just have that curl-up look, and then it gets batted down, and people get beat up. So we'll take a look at that for sure. And how about Coinbase right here? Let's see what that's doing. Good old Coinbase down 30 cents. And that one, again, none of these really look, like they want to get cruising. They're curling up right there, but then they have that look like they're going to hit that MACD and then come back down on us. So that's what things look like to me. And I would say that is a good market review, pre-market review for today. And we'll keep an eye on things. I'll keep you guys posted as the day goes on. That's for sure. You know that. So let me know if you guys are looking at anything. And I will keep you guys posted, like I said. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thank you again for tuning in. Like I said, I wish I could see everybody, but that was the cool thing about the spaces. Now I just know there's a bunch of people tuning in, checking it out, and it's on a couple different platforms live streaming. So give me some feedback, let me know what you think. And I think this is our first pre-market live show that we're live streaming here, so we will be live streaming all the shows from now on. So come join and have some fun with us, and we do them at 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. So there you go, everybody. And again, just trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody. And I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know if you see anything.